Team Secret, today they lost their first game in the last 22 matches. So this was going to be their 23 win streak. And they lost to a team that nobody would have expected them to lose to. And it was actually Team Unique. You look at all the teams that they beat before: Gambit, Liquid, OG, Alliance, Nips, Spirit, all these guys. And they ended up losing 2-0 to Team Unique, actually. And I want to kind of break down as to why that happened. A lot of people might think, oh, how is it possible a team like Secret can lose to Team Unique? Maybe they were throwing or they were not taking it seriously or something. But after I watched the replays and I looked at the drafts, I realized that Team Unique, maybe they fell into the win, but they had the recipe to be able to beat Team Secret's strategy. Something a lot of teams don't understand is that Team Secret do have a conceptual idea of how they like to play Dota, and that's how they're able to win so many games, is because they stick to that structure. And the structure that Team Secret had, from my point of view, was very simple in the way that they've been playing for many years now. And if you look at the drafts, you can always see the pattern if you look very closely. So just looking at some of the games, for example, when they played against Team Liquid, from my point of view, Team Secret's idea is that they always try to have very tanky cores and have a lot of aura items or possibility of buying these aura items on their heroes. And there's a reason why most teams ban Chen against Liquid or Dragon Knight, you know, these tower pushing guys. And that's also the time when Team Secret is at their strongest, is when they have Chen, DK, Death Prophet, these kind of heroes who can take towers but can also buy these like defensive items that make them tankier, stronger, much more difficult to kill in team fights. So if you look at the drafts here for Team Secret, this is just like generally their 5 heroes. It's very well rounded. They have plenty of disables. Just looking at this Team Liquid game, they had Earthshaker, Jakiro, who have many disables. You got Jakiro, who can push out lanes. Then you had Beastmaster, who can take towers and can also provide auras for your team, but also buy aura items. So a hero like Beastmaster is very flexible at buying Crimson Guard, Dominator, Vladimir's. You know, it just depends on the game and what you're up against. And then they're always like saving their last pick. Like Team Secret is really good when they have the last pick, because as long as they're missing something in their draft with their last pick, they'll try to counter the enemy heroes and also, you know, make their lineup very solid with that hero. So if they're missing an aura buying hero, they will pick that. If they're missing a hard carry, but they already have an aura buying hero on their team, they'll just pick the hardest possible carry that can outcarry the enemy, so they can stack all that aura net worth onto them. And you can see all the previous drafts when they win, they had like Beastmaster here who can buy auras, Necro can buy Greaves. Here they have Chen who can buy many aura items, and they have a Dragon Knight, DP, very tanky heroes. So they have like all these tanky heroes, and then on top of that, they layer it with these auras. So all their tankiness gets amplified, and they become essentially unkillable inside the games. Here against Team Liquid as well, they had the Abaddon, who can buy aura items for their team. Mars, you know, Chen, same thing. They're always making sure that they have these heroes who can buff each other and make their entire team strong. So now that we know like a little bit about how Secret like to play, let's take a look at Team Unique and what happened in this match against Team Unique and why they got 2-0. So one thing I want to note here is that in the first bans already, how Secret banned, if you look at the heroes that they banned 3 heroes that are percentage-based damage dealers. Now, this goes in with the idea of how Team Secret like to pick these tanky heroes that can stay in the front line, you know, protect their supports and such, and get buffed up by all the aura items, right? And if you look at the bans, they got Phoenix, they got Death Prophet, and even a Witch Doctor. Now, the Witch Doctor is not a normal ban, especially in this meta, but Team Unique do play that hero, and Maledict is a great spell at dealing with tanky heroes, because you can just throw it on one of the guys in the front line, toss all your spells at him, and then eventually he's just going to lose half of his HP and he has to get out of the team fight because he can get bursted from the Maledict after that. Death Prophet, same thing. You got Siphon, that's percentage based. You got Phoenix, who has Sunray, and right now is probably one of the best supports. That's also percentage based hero, and that's Team Secret's bans this game. Then we'll just take a look at Unique's drafts now. I'm just going to skip forward a little bit. So if we look at the draft here, we see very common picks coming out from Team Secret. They got a Dragon Knight for themselves, which is very good hero in the current patch. Then Unique go with Trent Quap, and I think Team Secret are not too worried about that. They go with the Grimstroke because they got the Soulbind onto the Queen. They got double stuns. Unique go with Bane. Team Secret's like, whatever, we don't care about that. Then Team Secret go for the Chikiro. And here, here is exactly where Team Secret gets stumped, right? This position right here, where Unique pick a Timber Saw, and Team Secret have 2 picks left, Team Secret became very confused in the draft as to what they should take here on out. Because as we know, Team Secret's idea is that they want these super tanky heroes, right? And they want to buy aura items, buff them up, and they just want to be able to take team fights where they're impossible to kill, right? So Team Unique, the moment they picked this Timber Saw, they threw out one of the biggest ideas, which is for Team Secret, which is have these, tanky heroes in the front line. Now, tanky heroes most of the time are, strength heroes, right? And Team Secret really favors strength heroes a lot. Right now, Dragon Knight's getting countered. So Team Secret are still lacking that aura hero, and they're still lacking more tanky core heroes that they can put in the front line, like for their lineup. And one thing that Timbersaw does is he removes the strength from the strength heroes, and then he also does pure damage to these heroes too. So he actually counters Team Secret strategy. And now the Dragon Knight is countered, and they still need this aura hero and they need this tanky hero for Team Secret. And because of this Timbersaw, they feel like they couldn't actually pick those heroes in their drafts anymore. So if you look at the following picks for Team Secret, they go with Monkey King. And they go with Monkey King. This completely goes against the idea of how Team Secret like to play, right? The Monkey King is there now to counter the Timbersaw in the laning stage. But at the end of the day, now they're playing into Team Unique's strategy and what they want to do. They're no longer playing into their own strategy. And then if we see their next pick after that, for their last pick on Team Secret, they actually go with Invoker. So this is another hero who is being picked to try to deal with the Timbersaw in the game again. So there's one Timbersaw pick pretty much threw Secret off completely from their ideas about playing Dota, and how they won all these games or how they won all these tournaments and such in the past weeks. So all of a sudden, if you look at Team Secret, they don't really have that tanky frontliners anymore, right? Timbersaw deals with Dragon Knight, and Monkey Invoker are not considered tanky frontliners. Secondly, they don't have any aura buying heroes anymore, right? If you look at their draft, who's going to buy auras? Dragon Knight is useless because he's going to get owned by Timbersaw. He needs to buy a BKB anyway. So Monkey King doesn't buy auras, right? Invoker doesn't buy auras. Jakiro and Grimstroke as supports won't buy them either. All of a sudden, Team Secret are playing like some kind of normal team, with some regular draft. They're no longer Team Secret. They no longer have their identity in terms of how they normally play. And this is the first time that Team Secret actually got stumped in the draft and got punished by the way that they play. So Team Unique all of a sudden are playing like 50-50 in the sense that they have, the heroes that they want. Team Secret are like, not the God Secret drafts in this kind of game. And it really went to show in this game what happened. So one thing just to note about this game, this is the first game where Team Secret had to run around the map like this with their cores, because they really wanted to like make this matchup with Monkey King versus Timber happen and such instead of being able to play the game. I think out of all the games that they've ever played, they didn't really have to do things like this. They just sort of felt like, oh, this hero can go to this lane, this hero can go to this lane. We just get our gold, we get our items, and then we will just win as time comes once we get all our auras and once we get all our tanky heroes up. But because Team Unique pretty much had a draft where it kind of countered that idea, especially with this one Timbersaw, and obviously their other heroes were really good at it too, countered the rest of Team Secret's heroes, they felt like they had to win the lanes. And this is the first time that I actually seen Team Secret running around the map trying to make the best possible lanes for themselves, because if they don't get to the laning stage or if they don't shut down this Timbersaw, they will lose the game because of it. And this game was very well played by Team Unique. Another thing to note was Team Unique did a really good job at playing in Team Secret's bottom jungle area, and they didn't actually fall into the pressure of Team Secret. If you see here, like they're always trying to play around the bottom area with the Timbersaw, trying to apply some pressure onto Team Secret instead of like just AFKing and reacting to Team Secret's pressure instead. Normally what happens is when Team Secret gets their drafts, they can easily just farm up and wait for their item timings and then go together, and the enemy teams just can't fight them. But this game, Team Secret couldn't do that because they didn't really have any timings in their drafts. They sort of just relied on Monkey King to crush a Timbersaw in the lane and just snowball from there. And it also sort of helped that the Queen of Pain did beat the Invoker mid lane too. So Nisha uncharacteristically lost his mid lane in this kind of game. And I mean, this all adds up to the fact that Team Secret just don't have their strat that they normally would do, right? They just couldn't draft the heroes that they needed for this game. Now, this could be a mistake from getting Grimstroke and Jakiro too early, or thinking too much about the Timbersaw. And maybe they shouldn't think too much about Timbersaw, and they should have played it into their ideas anyway. But the Timbersaw really put a big dent in their drafting. So Team Secret definitely felt the pressure in this kind of game. And if you see here, like, Team Unique are always just staying in the bottom jungle. They're playing even around the mid lane, and when you play like this against Team Secret, like, they don't really have the option of split pushing and playing for some timings, because they just don't have that timings in this game, and all because of Timbersaw. And you can see they're just playing very good Dota, Team Unique. Alright, so that was the game number 1. So if you look at the drafts of Team Secret, their aura items this game was like a mech. They had like a Lotus Orb, and that was pretty much it. If we take a look at like a random game that I just chose from Team Secret and the items that they had in comparison to that last game that they played. If we look at Chen here, like, he's got like Domi, Mech, Lotus, you know, Vladimir's Solar Crest. He doesn't even have boots in this game. Like, he has it backpacked. We have Zai with, you know, Hex, Pipe, Shivas, MATUMBAMAN going AC. Like, these are ideal Team Secret like lineups that they would like to play. But unfortunately, in that last game, Unique played, they couldn't get that. So we're going to look at like the second draft that Unique had. So this is game number 2 of Unique versus Team Secret. If we look at the drafts this time around, Team Secret, they actually ban out the Timbersaw this time, because you can see in game number 2 like how much value that hero had for Team Unique, that Team Secret in game 2, they just straight up banned it. They know like this is the reason why they suffered in the game, and they just had to get rid of the hero. Then we can also see here Team Unique, this time around, they actually get the Wish Doctor because it was not banned out compared to game 1 where Team Secret had that. And then if we look at the drafts here, they go for like Dragonite Rubik. Team Secret pick another aura hero. This time around, they got Bench for Spirit. And they go with the Pangolier, who can be the offlaner for them, who can buy aura items as well. And Team Unique, in this game, I feel like Team Unique really got a good draft, especially when they picked the Bloodseeker into the Pangolier. I feel like Team Secret, after losing game 1 to Team Unique, they're a little bit flustered, I would say. Maybe they were thinking a little too much about what was happening in the previous game as to why they lost, and they weren't able to get to the conclusion properly or quickly enough. And then I feel like in this game, when Team Secret gave away the Wish Doctor and they gave away the Bloodseeker, especially against a Pangolier, it was like super good for Team Unique's teamfight potential. If you look at Team Unique's teamfight, it's so much better than Team Secret's, right? They got Earth Spirit, they got Bloodseeker, who can counter the Pangolier's rolling. They got Queen of Pain, who was amazing in game 1 as well. Really good hero at laning and also applying pressure. And then for Team Unique's last pick, they go for a Bristleback here. And I love this Bristleback pick, because this Bristleback pick, what it means is he can buy more aura items as well for his team. And at the same time, he can be another tanky frontliner. And if you look at Team Secret's draft, they don't have a whole lot of damage dealers. So actually, this game where Team Unique picked Bristleback, it feels a lot like how Team Secret like to play and how Team Secret like to draft. So essentially, Team Unique pretty much copied, or not copied, but they've drafted very, very similarly to how Team Secret like to draft and the heroes that they like to pick. So this is very interesting, and Team Secret's last response, in my opinion here, was very weak, where they pick a Spectre. I feel like they needed a hero who can do more burst damage with the Dragonite and can keep fighting with the team, because Team Unique's 5-man snowball, like, take your tower heroes are very, very strong, right? Bristleback will just be in the front. He's even the mid lane against the Dragonite. And then Bloodseeker is going to have pretty much like a free game in this game. He can just ulti the Pangolier every fight if he needs to. Then their team fight with the Earth Spirit Wish Doctor is just much better. Like, Team Secret were probably thinking like they need a team fighter, maybe a Spectre with a Radiance that can counter Team Unique's heroes. But I feel like Team Unique's auras, if they buy aura items in this game, Spectre kind of just gets countered by that. Especially by like Pipe and Vlad's and Wish Doctor casting his heal and things like that. In the early game, like, you know, Team Secret, they went 50-50, but like it doesn't really matter because they don't really have the potential to take Roshan like Team Unique does, because they got Bristleback. And they don't actually have so many opportunities to buy a lot of aura items, especially since the Pangolier is the one who has to do that, and he's going to be countered by the Bloodseeker pretty hard in this game, which was, I think, very hurtful for Team Secret's idea of how they want to play the game too. And you can see in this game, like, Team Unique, the moment they start grouping up as 5, Team Secret can't do anything but split push. And all they did in this game was, like, Team Unique, as soon as they hit like 50 minutes and on, they just started like grouping up together as 5, trying to take objectives, trying to make Team Secret come and fight them instead. So that way they can have more heroes on Team Secret not farming, and only maybe like a Spectre is trying to split push. But even though that's happening, there's so much, you know, tower damage coming out from Team Unique. Team Secret had to force a team fight at some point, or they were just gonna lose all their objectives. And you can see here, like even the Spectre, he dies. Like these tanky heroes that Team Secret try to pick in this game are actually dying very quickly because of the Witch Doctor, right? You can see here the Spectre just gets cast up, maledicted on, level 4 maledict, and then they just throw like all of Quap's spells on her, and she just gets bursted because of the maledict. And that's like one really good example of how this hero is like really good against Team Secret's ideas. And on top of that, Paralyzing Cast makes very aggressive moves difficult to do, because if you try to go in, you might just get cast together with your teammates, then the fight's just over. Witch Doctor is also a really amazing counter-initiating hero. So in Game 1, Timbersaw was like a really annoying hero for Secret to deal with. Game 2, Team Unique's Witch Doctor was the annoying hero in this game, where Team Secret's tanky heroes didn't really feel so tanky. And on top of that, I feel like the Bristleback was like an amazing pick by Team Unique, since Team Secret just cannot counter this Bristol hero in this game. If we take a look at the items of Team Unique, they went for an AC on the Bristleback. They got, you know, a hood even on the Bristle too, so he's like super tanky this game. The Witch Doctor went for Glimmer Cape. He's going for a Vlad's next. He's even got a Holy Locket and with the Voodoo Restoration. So these are a lot of auras and healing coming out from the side of Team Unique. The Earth Spirit has Vessel. He's also extreme tank. He's got like 3,000 HP. If you look at all the heroes of Team Unique, they all have like a minimum of like 3,000 health, apart from the Witch Doctor and the Queen of Pain. So all these heroes is like very, very difficult for Team Secret to actually kill, because they don't have that, you know, percentage-based damage that they're looking for in this draft. So the only way that Team Secret were able to even kill Unique's heroes is when Unique was actually diving their base, and they had to use all their buybacks to fight. And this time around, there's no buybacks on Team Secret. They just started diving the base, and if you just look at the heroes, like they're barely losing any HP on Team Unique side. They just have so much sustain with this Witch Doctor healing, you know, the Holy Locket, Vladimir's. So if you see Team Unique's items versus like Team Secret's items in this game, Team Secret had like pretty much 2 team items. They had a Vladimir's on the Pangolier, and then they had a Solar Crest on Puppey, right? And then maybe they had like a Lotus Orb. But if you look at Team Unique's items, they had like Glimmer Cape, they had Holy Locket, they had Vlad's on their Witch Doctor, then they had an AC on their Bristleback. He dropped his items apparently. And then they all just tanked up, right? They became so tanky, and even the Queen of Pain had a Guardian Greaves. This is a huge item. So pretty much Team Unique out-Team Secreted Team Secret, right? Playing essentially their strategies with their super tanky core heroes and a bunch of aura items, and just running at you once you hit their timings. And Team Secret couldn't really do that because of the draft that they had in the end, especially with the Spectre, I feel like. And the Pangolier getting countered by the Bloodseeker was very difficult for the Pangolier to be able to get very strong in this game. He even had 12 deaths on his Pangolier. So, you know, the one hero who can buy aura items on Team Secret couldn't do it. And then the other tanky heroes just weren't so tanky when they fought up against Witch Doctor. That's exactly how Team Unique beat Team Secret 2-0. Essentially outdoing Team Secret in their own strategy, countering the Team Secret's meta of picking super tanky cores and buying a bunch of aura items, and playing to the timing of getting their items. And I can tell that just by not even looking at the entire game, because when I look at the drafts and I look at the items that they bought, it's very unnatural for Team Secret to be in these kind of positions inside of a game. And that's the result of like these heroes like Timbersaw and Witch Doctor. And then also the combination of those heroes with other tanky heroes on Team Unique, like Bristleback was an amazing hero, for example. Even Gyrocopter in Game 1 was great because he is actually quite tanky. He's got Aghanim's, he goes like Satanic, and then he becomes pretty much unkillable. And your damage just comes so naturally when you have all these auras, because as long as you don't die, you're always dealing damage through your spells, right? And that's pretty much the idea of Team Secret, I feel like, from watching them play for these past weeks. And I also feel like Team Unique played their own game, where they just sort of stayed on the enemy jungle, stopped Team Secret from farming as much as they can, while also gaining a lot of farm on their end.